Right, hello everybody. I laughingly the other day said to the girls outside, it's probably about time I did a proper speaking slot rather than just turning up and doing the dangerous demos. I didn't think they were actually going to put me on the program, so more fool me. So I've been throwing together some bits and pieces to keep you entertained. And my intent was that I am going to do a dangerous demo. It hasn't quite worked out the way I wanted, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through it with you. But first of all, let's kick off. Let me introduce myself. I'm James Bodie. I think I'm what you would call a veteran of voice over IP now. I think I've done 18 out of the 20 ClueCons, and I was doing Astricon before that. So yeah, I've been around for a while. Can I ask anybody here who I don't know, or if you don't know me, do come and find me. One of the most important things about ClueCon for me is meeting new people, and I am constantly amazed by the quality and the enthusiasm of people who I've never met before. So please, if I don't know you, come and introduce yourself, and don't be concerned that I'll get you for a dangerous demo. I probably will, but yeah, don't worry about that. So this is me. Don't be fooled by my boyish, youthful looks. I'm actually quite senior. My first career actually was in the UK military. I spent 22 years in the Royal Corps of Signals and ended up as the Technical Authority for UK Tactical Communications Systems. But having done that, where do you go next? And I retired in 2001 from that career. Getting that army pension, that's good. And then got into a number of other things, including voice over IP. I was one of the founder members of a little organization called TruePhone, which has a long and distinguished history. So we did a number of things, including putting the first SIP VoIP client on the iPhone. And we launched that at an Astricon precisely 8 days after the exploit came out that gave us root access. To that. Since then, we've moved away from VoIP a bit and into mobile. So when SIP VoIP started to become a bit of a commodity thing, I kind of lost interest a bit and moved across into mobile. So mobile is what we do now. My company today is called Telet. I left TruePhone about 8 years ago when the Russians got a majority shareholding. And if you want to know the sad story of what happened afterwards, I can tell you later, but it's very, very sad. But anyway, I set up Telet with Andy Smith about 8 years ago, and we are Telet is, in fact, I've got a slide for that. We're a UK mobile network operator, full operator member of the GSMA. That means we've got a full stack of everything. We've got the core, we've got interconnects, we've got numbering, and we manufacture our own SIM cards, both in physical form and in the eSIM form. But our SIMs aren't your normal cut-of-the-mill SIMs. They're a little bit more sophisticated in that they are multi-IMSI, so they have multiple identities, they have multiple sets of cryptographic key variables, which gives you a certain amount of operational flexibility. The back end of our core is largely constructed using open source components. So until very recently, we were the lead sponsor for the Open5GS open source project. That's a full 4G, 5G core, which you can put together with 4G, 5G radios and and make yourself into a mobile network operator. We also use Gamma Elio for IMS, and SRS RAN to do things within the radio stack, to do really imaginative things. We don't deploy big macro cells. Instead, we deploy small cells, much smaller, cheaper, more power efficient, both in 4G and 5G, but at the moment, principally private 5G standalone. I don't know whether you know the difference between 5G non-standalone and 5G standalone. So the difference is 5G NSA, non-standalone, utilizes a 4G anchor channel, and all the signaling works through that. But which is great if you're a legacy MNO and you don't have a 5G core. But the problem with that is you can't do all the really clever stuff that you want to do with 5G. That's what 5G standalone does. So that's what we do. And one of our principal kind of modes of operation is this multi-operator neutral host piece. This is where we deploy into a location and then offer service not only to private users, but also allowing other mobile network operators to roam in. So that's what Telet does. But I'm not going to talk about Telet at the moment. I am going to talk about this. This is Home Assistant. Can I ask the audience, how many people in the audience use Home Assistant today? Show of hands, please. That's about 50%. It's not bad. I have to confess, this is confession time, I have become a bit of a Home Assistant fan. It is one of the most amazing bits of open source, and I'm going to try and explain why. So here we go. This is Home Assistant. I don't know whether you know Paul Hibbett. He's one of my old friends. He's given Home Assistant a hard time over the years. Lots of criticism, but we've won him round to Home Assistant now. So it's a free and open source home automation platform. And that's what it started off as, but it's kind of evolved a bit since then. And it's all about allowing you to interface just about anything into this central Home Assistant core, which then allows you to control things and manipulate things that are triggered from other bits and pieces. So it's all about making a single powerful system. And if you're like me and you have a really bad AliExpress habit and you like buying lots and lots of widgets from different vendors, then getting them to operate as one single coherent network used to be a really, really big problem until Home Assistant turned up. All right, moving on. These are some of the things that Home Assistant does. A whole very comprehensive networking layer underneath, including Wi-Fi wired internet, obviously. Zigbee's Z-Wave, as you say over here, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all the different flavors of Bluetooth, and lots of other communications layers in there. Local control, yeah, you can plug things directly into it. Yeah, in fact, this local control thing is one of the big selling factors for Home Assistant. A lot of the devices you buy today rely on an external cloud service. Many of them hosted in the People's Republic of China. Home Assistant takes away all of that and allows you to keep all of your signaling within your own premises, within your own local area network. A huge, huge advantage from a security point of view. You can build incredibly powerful automations with it. you can access services through a number of different dashboards, and that includes mobile apps and apps that you can run on things like iPads. So very, very easy to get at. Yeah, I already mentioned the privacy thing. Everything is processed locally, and there is a very, very active community constantly building new plugins for different bits and pieces. And you can run it on a wide variety of different platforms. And today, I run not one Home Assistant platform at home. I have a whole constellation of them, different Home Assistant platforms doing different things, and they all work together in my home. So endless integrations. I've mentioned the networking stuff. Lots of different devices you can plug in, including things that operate within proprietary ecosystems. So Toya is one of the big Chinese based ecosystems. With Home Assistant, you can install the Toya integration, and then that gives you access to all of the Toya devices with your Home Assistant. Similarly, things like Shelly, Sonoff, EWLink bits and pieces. But that's not the end of it. You can interface other things, like cars. I started off with my car. I drive. You can guess what I drive. Anyone guess what I drive? A Rolls-Royce. No, and it's not an Aston Martin DB4 with a rotating number plate. No, I actually drive a Skoda Superb. Bit of an old man's car, but I'll tell you what, the mechanics and the electronics in it are absolutely outstanding. And I was able to interface my Skoda to Home Assistant with one single login. My wife drives the new Mini four-wheel drive hybrid, like an Italian. She really likes to rally it. And similarly, I was able to interface that to Home Assistant. And I'll show you shortly what it looks like. All of my electrical power system for my little tiny residence in Italy is controlled, monitored, measured via Home Assistant. I have I use a lot of power. I have 3-phase that goes in there. And every circuit and sub-circuit now is monitored. I can see in real time exactly how much power is being used. All my phones, Android and iPhones are integrated, and I'll show you what they look like shortly too. So they're just examples of things that you can integrate in there. I've been doing a lot of stuff with cameras, in particular these really cheap as chips Chinese devices. Here are a couple of examples pulled off AliExpress but minutes ago. So for $26.48 delivered, you can get something which operates with 10 megapixels. That particular one is twin camera with pan, tilt, rotate stuff, and that interfaces directly into Home Assistant. I have lots of those. The graphic on the right-hand side shows some of the different camera protocols you can use with Home Assistant. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so that's that. VoIP integrations. Again, there are a number of different options with Home Assistant. There's a built-in SIP VoIP integrations which allows you to just plug in something like a SIP phone, and you can then use that as a means of controlling and interfacing directly into your Home Assistant, so you can just talk to it. But there is also an asterisk integration, again pre-packaged. You can install it in about less than a minute, which then gives you all of the asterisk functionality that comes with asterisk, but all controlled and interfaced into everything else that's within Home Assistant. So that's pretty good. Yeah, and you can also integrate it into free PBX as well. Sadly, the story today with FreeSwitch isn't quite as good. There is no pre-packaged integration for FreeSwitch, but I'm hoping that we can get somebody in this community really enthused about it, so we end up with a pre-packaged integration for that. I put together a little paper explaining how this all works. It's at that URL. There's a QR code. So if it does interest you, please take a photograph of that and read it at your leisure. Okay, so let's go on to what I was going to do as my dangerous demo. Let me explain the scenario. This is Tibbles, aka Mr. Tibbs. He used to be a British cat. He's now an Italian cat. One of the happiest cats on the planet, I think. And one of the reasons for that is that he has access to a lot of wildlife, and in particular pigeons. During the winter, when we've got the swimming pool cover on, they like to come down and take water from the top of the swimming pool cover. And he's had getting on for 20 pigeons this year. But the problem with that is he likes to bring his breakfast home with him. And yeah, he enjoys his shredded tweet for breakfast. But the problem with that is he likes to eat it indoors. So the problem that we're trying to solve here is how can we determine whether Tibbles is bringing home his breakfast and stop him from coming in when he's carrying something. So that's what I have set up, and I have spent the last almost 2 hours trying to get it working reliably, and I have to report, very sadly, I have crashed and burnt. As you can imagine, it's difficult to get a live animal to do it. I'm going to move forward. So this is my assistant that I've been using for this. This is Alfie, aka Alfonso now. He's an Italian dog. And he was providing the animal in the equation complete, not with a pigeon, but in this case with a rubber bone thing. But after doing it for about 45 minutes, even he got bored with it. I then tried to recruit my wife with a stuffed toy, with another stuffed toy pinned to its nose. She lasted for about 2 minutes before she got bored with that. So she's gone off. Well, in fact, in a moment, we'll have a look. We'll find out where my wife has gone off in her car, because Home Assistant knows where she is, which is useful. But anyway, so what we were going to do, I'm going to have to go back one, so this is what I did. I got a video camera mounted outside the outside door. It captures real-time video, and I feed that into an integration called Frigate. So Frigate turns your Home Assistant into an NVR, a network video recorder, but it also does the basic AI type function. So it can identify things like a person or an animal, a car, a package, does all of that. And so when Frigate determines that an animal has come into frame, I've got it so it exports a high definition image. And I then take that high definition image and I use another integration called LLM Vision to feed that into an external LLM. And what that does for me, it answers the question, does the animal in this frame have anything in its mouth? And if the answer is yes, it locks the cat flap. The cat flap, I failed to tell you, is a smart cat flap with Bluetooth, low energy. So I can lock it and unlock it. Every time Tibbles comes in and his sister Maisie comes in, it detects that and it logs when they come in. Initially, I had it so it was making an announcement over Alexa. Every time the cat went in, it went, meow, Tibbles has entered the house. That lasted about a day and a half before my wife got very, very tired of that. So that's what the demo was going to be. Hopefully, if anybody's really interested in this, I'll give you a private demo if I can convince somebody in Italy to demonstrate it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, very quickly, I'm looking at the time. I've only got about 3 minutes left, so I'm very rapidly going to dive into my Home Assistant, if I can find it. Here we go. No, that's not it. Where are we? So this is my rather messy Home Assistant. I'm going to go into well. Shall we see where my wife is at the moment? It's always good for a laugh. There she is. So this is her Mini Cooper.
We're not seeing anything on the screen at the moment, James.
Are you not? Why are we not seeing that?
Perhaps you need to exit the presentation.
Perhaps
with a little escape.
Yeah, that would be it, wouldn't it? I can't get back into it now. Come on, James, don't crash and burn.
He lives danger, this man.
Yeah.
Sounds like Andy Smith singing after a fashion.
Oh, okay. Whilst I'm working out how to get that off, in fact, no, I can't. I've got to get it off because I can't show you.
You need to find the presentation and press escape, I think, James.
Yeah. But I can't get the flipping presentation back. I tell you what.
Shift tab.
I'll just force quit it. That'll kill it, won't it? There we go. Kill, die. There we go.
Something's happened.
So here we are. We're back. Let me get rid of that one. So this is my Home Assistant. Let me close that one down. So this is showing me. Oh, she was in Bolsena, but she's not in Bolsena. Where's she gone now? She's moving around. Yeah, there. She's gone back home. So that's home at the top of the hill. She was down in Bolsena, and you can see that she's gone back up the hill because the amount of electrical charge she's got in the car has actually gone down from whatever it was. And she's also got 32 litres of fuel. But let me very quickly go in here and show you some of the stuff, integrations I've got in here. I'll show you first the Mini. Mini is now owned by BMW. So here are a whole load of the entities that I pick up from the BMW, and that's with one single login. The Mini is reporting all of these entities back into BMW. I bet you didn't know that your cars are constantly talking to the car manufacturer all the time. So there's all this stuff that not only can I monitor, but I can access. I can lock the car, unlock it, turn on the air conditioning and everything. I'm waffling. I need to go quicker. So Here are some other devices I've got in here. All the Amazon bits and pieces are integrated. I've got a whole load of Bluetooth monitors around the house, and they pick up any kind of Bluetooth that moves. And you can see here's a whole load of stuff that is broadcasting Bluetooth in my home, and it tells me what's going on. So that's interesting. I'm going to stop in a second because I want to bring in Andy Smith. But a couple of
Time
things.
is marching on, James.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, let me summarise this. There gazillions of things that you can integrate, and if anybody wants to know more about this, I've got Synology NAS, which is not very well. I can also pick up external things. Oh, there's there's my toothbrush. I can tell whether my wife has brushed her teeth or not, which is always useful. Anyway, enough of that. Shall I stop that? Let us go over now.
Live.
There
he is, look.
There he is. And I can possibly even make him big. Can I make you big, Andy?
There he is. It's a full-screen Andy Smith.
This is Andy Smith. Those who have been coming for many years will know Andy Smith, but unfortunately, he doesn't get out as much as he would like. Do you, Andy?
No, I don't. I have to say I'm very pleased I'm not your wife.
I think most people
I'm
are,
very
Andy.
pleased you're not my wife as well. But anyway, just introducing Andy to those who don't know him. Andy will be running the back end for Dangerous Demos, as he has done for many years. He has the best back end in the business. So, Andy, do you want to tell us about what you're going to be doing tomorrow?
Well, I shall be doing what I've always been doing, which is basically running the audience vote system, which I'm not going to tell you what the technology for that is, quite simply because we've had many attempts to have it hacked before, and there are defence mechanisms in place. And the less you know about it, the better. So I will not be telling you about that. But I will be running the voting system tomorrow for the audience vote part of Dangerous Demos.
Brilliant. You'll be reassured, Andy, to know that Alex Kinch is not here this year. And so one of the defence mechanisms, I'm sure, may be superfluous this time around. But nonetheless, good idea.
Right.
Yes, James.
We timed out.
Yes.
So, last reminder, I'm around. I have, 7 slots still? Come and see me if you want one of those 7 slots.
Remember, Felix was over there, and he wants to participate.
I will go straight to Felix.
OK. Round of applause for Andy Smith first. And then a round of applause for young James Bodie.